We're all zeroed out already.
This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing. It is February 15th, 2019. We are performing a video sewer inspection through the cleanout at the back end of the garage, just in the apron area adjacent to the alleyway. And this is 415 Venice Way, Venice, California. And we've done a preliminary inspection, and we're going to run it back in and take another look. We're going down into the cleanout. We zero out our camera. We got an ABS mainline cleanout. We drop into the sewer line, and we've got a large offset, and we're holding water at the ABS to vitreous clay transition right here. You can see we're holding back quite a bit of water, and that piping is offset. Almost the whole face of the vitreous clay is showing at the bottom. We're going to jump over this area a little bit, and we're going to go into the sewer line. We're running now down into the city sewer, and we're kind of hanging a little bit, and you've got an offset there. You've got a fairly large offset. You can see the bottom of the pipe on the right. Not terrible, but it is an offset. Now we're going to go in some more. We're going to go to the next joint. And we had quite a few offset joints. We have a fairly large offset joint here in this turn. Kind of difficult to see because you're in the turn, but you can see where that it drops into it. It's not flush, so we drop into that area. And now you can see the offset right there in this joint. The entire face of the pipe is shifted. So that's the entire face of the pipe. And it looks, I can't tell if it's cracked. Blow it up on my laptop when I get back to the office to take a better look. Looks like it's just got the concrete slag on the side, and then it's shifted. So we're going to go in past this joint now, and difficult to jump over a little bit. Got to try and get past that joint. Okay, now we've got a large amount of roots at the bottom of this fitting. Maybe a T or maybe a combi of some sort or a Y. And we have a large amount of roots right at the bottom of this, and more than likely it's coming in from the back side of the fitting, where generally in this type of piping they would have a clay cookie. Looks like a round cookie that is put into the hub of the fitting and then cemented in. The cement deteriorates and roots start growing in. So we've got roots in the bottom of this fitting growing in from the back. And then the next joint we have a pretty large offset as well. You can see another shift in the pipe. The fittings are not lined up. The pipe is not lined up. So we're going to go in past this joint, and we're going to go to the next one. You can see at the top of the next one you've got an offset as well. You can see it shifted. We're going to take a look when we get in here. And we have some root intrusion on the left-hand side. And pull back. And you can see where we're going to drop down into the pipe. It's shifted, and you're getting root intrusion. See how the camera just dropped? So we've got an offset right there. And now we're making a drop. We're fairly deep in the alleyway. We're making a drop, and we're heading downhill. And then we're going to the next joint. And you got a fairly large offset again. Up off the left, you can see the entire face of the pipe to the left, and you don't see any of the piping to the right. So we've got a pretty large offset there as well. And we're going to go ahead. I think that's just concrete slag. It is concrete slag. We're going to jump over this concrete slag now. And now we're going to go down toward the city sewer some more. And now we got another offset right here, pretty large offset from what we can see. And that saddle area, this is right before the drop into the city sewer. You can see where it's broken from somewhere around the 11 o'clock area all the way down past the 5 o'clock area. We can't see the whole thing. Pull out just a little bit. Pull out just a little bit. Okay, go back in a little bit. It's kind of hard. We can't see everything. because of making this little bit of a turn, but it is cracked all the way around. That piece is broken out of the saddle, and if we get some decent earth movement, we get any kind of an earth movement over a 5 point something, maybe even a 6 if we have any kind of a substantial earthquake, then this area can collapse. And we do have water seeping down into the ground through here because it's broken pretty badly. Then we're going in and we're going to drop right into the city sewer right here. And this is, pull back just a hair right to the edge of the saddle, and right there is our drop into the city sewer. And that's going to pretty much complete our sewer inspection for the day. We're going to go around and we're going to run the camera through the clean out on the side of the house, which is going to be a waistline inspection. But we do want to run through the waste, and we want to check it and see what it looks like. We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to begin pulling our camera back, and we're going to move our equipment over to the side of the house, and we're going to take a look at the waistline out to the main line clean out in the back. There's some roots right there. And we do have some minor root intrusion in this joint. You can see it at the bottom. Oh no, it's cracked. I'm sorry. It looked like a root. It's actually cracked. That whole face of it's broken inside there, and then down at about 6 o'clock area as we're pulling back, you can see the other part of the fitting is cracked all the way down by the 6 o'clock area. We're going to try and pull back slow, see if we can see it. See how much and it's broken coming back. It's broken coming back all the way to the fitting. I can't tell if we have roots in that joint right there, right where that crack is. We'll have to try and blow it up on the laptop. We got a whole lot of concrete slag in the way, so we can't see it. And it's shifted quite a bit, as I said. That whole face of that pipe is showing on the left-hand side. So we're going to keep pulling back, and we'll view the entire sewer inspection on the laptop where we can blow it up and take a look at it a little bit better, so we can see the joints a little more clearly. So we're going to pull back slowly, and there's some root intrusion, as I said, right there. You can see a big old clump of roots, and that's coming in from the back side of the fitting. Another shift, another offset here. City sewer lateral is in pretty poor condition. Another offset there, and we're holding water. That one's not as major as the other ones, but we got quite a few that are in pretty poor condition, like this one. Pretty big offset. The piping was not lined up real well when they put in the main line clean out. So we're pulling back. We're going to pull up out of our main line clean out. That's going to conclude our inspection from the mainline clean out behind the garage in the concrete area adjacent to the alley. We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we are now on the side of the house, and we're gonna attempt to pull the plug out of here and try and run our camera through. Okay, we're on the side of the house. That's the alleyway in the back. And we're on the side of the house. This is going towards the front of the house. Going towards the street. Don't have a lot of room to work here, so it's kind of hard to even turn around with the equipment. But here's the clean out. We're going to go in the cast iron clean out. Going down into the line. Now we're going down into the waistline, heading toward the alleyway. Joint appears to be in fair condition. Piping looks to be in fair condition. Pulling back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Long lengths of ABS plastic. Hard to push in. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A long length of ABS plastic piping coming up on a fitting. And that fitting appears to be in fair condition from what we can see. Those joints look to be in fair condition. Coming upon another joint. That joint appears to be in fair condition. Coming upon another fitting. Those joints appear to be in fair condition. And we should be getting pretty close to coming out of the garage here in a moment. Another joint. Joints look good. There's another fitting. Another joint there. Appears to be in fair condition, making a little bit of a turn. And those joints appear to be in fair condition. Now we're going to try and pop in here. We got a little bit of debris in here. Holding back some water. Trying to make this turn. A little bit difficult to make the turn. And pushing hard. Can't make the turn. we cannot push past this point. We're not able to make this turn, which we should be able to make that turn pretty easily. There's some debris in the water right there. Unfortunately, it appears that we may have a little bit of a short turn right there. We don't know if it's the proper fitting. Generally, if you have that proper combination Y fitting a combi, you're going to be able to make these turns pretty easy. But we're not able to make the turn. And it looks to me like it may just be a straight T. And being that we're out so far, that we're out 72 feet now, and then hitting a T, we're not going to be able to make the turn. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we are at the back side of the mainline clean out in the garage. We're just having a difficult time making this turn. And we're going to pull back a little bit. And it's just a turn. It's not a combi or a T or anything. It's just a turn, probably an eighth bend, a 45-degree turn, and we just can't get through it because we're out so far and we've had to go through so many turns. And everything looks pretty good to this point here, but we're going to just pull back and we're going to complete our waistline inspection. Unfortunately, we can't get all the way into the mainline clean out, but we're approximately
3 feet 6 inches.
going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're approximately 1 foot from the backside of the clean out. We're approximately 3 foot 6 inches deep. So we're going to pull back. Now we're going to conclude our video waistline inspection. Kind of hard to push in or pull back going through these cast iron fittings. Kind of chewed up our camera cable, the casing on it, because it's so sharp. Now we're coming back toward our clean out. And that will conclude our video waistline inspection.